and I am super duper excited for today. And as you know, if you've been following along, you probably could guess what today is. But we are processing our meat birds. So I'll give you a peek at them. We stopped feeding them Sunday night. It's Tuesday morning, so they had a full day of no feed, and then a couple hours this morning. Got our station set up here. Let me show you the birds quick, and you can see the size they are, and then I'll show you the setup that we have. So let's turn you around and give you a peek. So here they are. This one's ready to go. But they're all looking good. They're all doing good. There they are. So let me show you what we've got set up here for the processing. Okay, so right here, my son and I just kind of made like a little wall. We just put 2 pallets, clotheslined them, or sandwiched them on the clothesline here. And we have this kill cone, and then I made this one out of a water jug. Hopefully it works. If not, that's okay. We'll just use the one. And then I've got some buckets at the bottom to catch. So this is where we're going to dismount their heads. So we're just going to take them, and I'll show you the process. You put them head first down. You pull their head through the bottom of the cone, and then you just push on their neck, and then they'll bleed out there for a couple minutes. And then we're gonna take them over to here. So this is where we have just like, it's gonna be filled with water. Gonna put them in there for around 15-20 seconds until their feathers come out easily. I'll show you that process. And then we're gonna put them in the plucker here. Turn this on. It'll take the feathers off. And then we're going to take them to this table here, and this is where I'm going to cut them up, get rid of all their insides, gut them, and we'll put them in some coolers of ice and stuff that we got to set up here now too. So that is kind of our little setup here. Once I have like the water and the coolers and that part of the process set up, I'll show you again quick before we do it with one of the chickens. So we're going to try and do 20 today. There's 40 total. We've never done this before, so that's why I said we're going to start with trying to do 20. If it's going super simple and it's going pretty quick, we'll do more than 20, but we want to get at least 20 done. And I hope the weather stays like this. It's kind of overcast and it's nice. The sun's like out, but it's just peeking through a little bit. Of course, now here it comes, full blast. But yeah, super excited, guys. This is where they're exactly 11 weeks today, and we're going to be processing them, which is exciting. Like I said, we haven't done this before. This is our first time, but we've got our little setup there. My husband just went to get the ice, and then we've got all of our birds here. So super duper excited. Once we get the rest set up, I'll show you again quick, and then we'll get to it. Okay, so we're all set up and we're ready to go. So as I showed you before, and in this video, we're not going to have any killing. You're not going to see any of that. Just the process of from taking a chicken in the yard to putting it in the freezer. So this is where we're gonna dismount their heads, and then here is where we've got it boiling up right now to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, right, babe? Yep. And we're going to grab the chicken once it has bled out all the way. It's gonna go in here until the feathers come loose, and we'll show you as that goes. And then we're going to put them in the chicken plucker here. We've got the hose ready to go. Turn that on, pluck the feathers, and then we've got a bucket of water here with vinegar in it. So about a cup of vinegar in this bucket of water. So we're just going to kind of dunk them in there and clean them up once they came out of the plucker. And then they're going to come over to this table here where I'm going to just kind of clean them and get them ready. And then from there, they're going to come into this this water bath, ice bath, and sit in there just to chill out, and then they'll go into the fridge. So we're just waiting for the water to come up to speed here, and then when I said they're gonna go in the fridge, we bought bags too that you can vacuum seal, so we're gonna do that process too. And yeah, we'll show you every step of the way as we get started here. Also, I'll show you my husband's scene. You put dish soap in, where's the dish soap, babe? Oh, you already put some in? So you put some dish soap in the water that you're boiling them in once you have them bled out, and it just helps the feathers come off easier. So that's what we did there, and then yeah, ready to go. So we're just waiting for it to come up to temp, and we will get started and show you how to do it.
Hi!
And Noah's super excited to do the chickens today. Hey, dude?
Yes.
Yes. He's excited. So just a couple minutes and we'll get started. Okay, so we've got the first one. Just let her get calm. You got the knife. So you just hold her feet up. Like that. Her head will come down through. Pull her head down.
Oh.
Oh, she's nice. Okay. Alright, now you're just going to take it and dunk it in the water. Keep moving it around. Make sure all of its feathers are down in. And if you pull it up and pull on the feathers a little bit, you'll be able to tell if they're coming off. Yeah, so they're coming off. So now we're going to take it.
No, can you do me a favor and turn on that right here, the switch?
So we're going to take it to the plucker.
Yep.
Grab the hose. Okay, so now it's out of the plucker, and this is what it looks like. So we're going to dunk it in this water here to cool it down a bit, just for about 15-20 seconds. So this is the water with some vinegar in it, and then once it's cooled down a bit, I'm going to process it and take all the guts out of it. Okay, so here is the chicken. We're going to start with the feet. So what you're going to do is you're going to, see there's a couple feathers still, but that's okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to, where there's two humps, you're going to cut right in the middle of them. And when you cut right in the middle of them, you can see the knuckle there. See how it bent? Then you're going to go on this side and just pull up. Like that. So that's how you do the foot, and then you're going to do this one. And also, I forgot to mention, before you do any of your butchering, thank the Lord for giving you the opportunity to raise your own meat. We said a prayer before we started the process. So there's the other leg. So now you got your chicken legs with the feet cut off, and we can do this the throat here now. So you're just going to pick up the skin and cut through and up. You always cut through and up, and you can kind of cut up here too if you're not going to keep that. So this here is the esophagus. what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hand in, and it's a little bit slimy, and you're just gonna pull the esophagus out like that, and then you're just gonna cut it. So you're gonna cut that out. If you don't want the neck, you cut the neck out too. So we don't want the neck, so I'm just gonna cut that off. I don't know if you can still see it. And cut the neck off. Right there. Same thing as the feet, go in between. Okay, so I turned it off there for a second so I could get it. You're just gonna cut off the neck. So now that's good there. Now you're gonna go over to the butt, which is here. Obviously this is the tail. So you're just gonna pull up on the skin on the butt. I'm gonna do it this way because I'm right-handed. And you're gonna go through and up. Through and up. So now you can see there's a hole. Let me show you. There's a hole there. So you're going to put your hand in and just pull down like that so you can get your hand in. So now you're going to put your hand all the way inside. The chicken's going to balk at you maybe. And then you're just going to pull. It usually comes out in one handful, but this one's going to be a little tricky. Okay, there we go. So this is the esophagus, the top of it that we cut out. You're going to make sure you get everything up inside there. And pull it all down and out. And that esophagus goes right down to the butthole, which is this. So now you're just going to take all the guts and you're just going to cut down along the butthole to the tail there, both sides. Cut down to the tail, and then you're just going to cut that tail out so you get the butthole. It's a little bit tricky to film. I'm just on a V there. Okay. You went for a spin there. So there's the butt. I just pulled it out. So now you can see the inside's clean. There's no guts. The legs are cut off. And everything's good to go.
Hey, Mom.
There's the chicken. And Noah's got another one for me. So that's how fast the process goes. Okay, so now I'm going to take this one that I just did. I'm going to take it over here to this ice water and just let it chill until I get this second one done. And then they'll both chill for around 10-15 minutes. And then I'm going to put them in a bag and we will put them in the fridge until we're ready to vacuum seal them. So you can see they're just chilling. I'm going to put them in a bag here in about 5 minutes. And then once they're in the bag, they're just going to kind of hang out in the fridge until we're ready to seal them fully, like vacuum seal them in the bags. And I'll show you the bags here. So these are the ones that my husband got. They're called, right here, Roots Harvest. And you just put them in the bag and then you put a straw out and you seal them, like suction them. So we're going to do that later on just because we've only got the 2 hands. It's hard to do that because we're going to do it inside and whatnot. So anyways, once these are ready to go in the fridge, I'll show you that. And then I'll show you the process of sealing the bags. Okay, so now that first one's been sitting in here a little bit longer, I'm going to take it from the cooler, make sure all the ice is out of it, You're gonna put it in the bag with the neck down. And I'm just gonna keep it in this bag here and put it in the fridge. So there's another one. Just gonna put it in here in its bag until we get enough, and then we're gonna vacuum seal them. So I'll show you that process once we get there, but it's going really good. I'm super excited for this. The first two were a little bit mangled, but we figured out the plucker, and it's going good. So we're gonna go and get going with it, doing it quite a bit, and then there we go. We will show you the vacuum sealing process when we get to that point. Okay, so we have a fridge full of chickens. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to shrink bag them all. And I'm gonna show you the process of doing that, and we're gonna do that together. So we have 16 chickens ready in the fridge. Next step is being shrink wrapped. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what I've got set up to do that. So I just have my canner pot here, which is perfect. I've got it turned on, and the instructions are right on the bag. So you're gonna wanna get your water heated up to 185 Fahrenheit. Put the poultry in bag, wing end first, sorry. And then you're gonna put a straw into the open cavity, twist the bag around the straw and zip the tie snugly but not tight around. Dunk the bagged bird into the water up to the zip tie for about 5 seconds. And then remove from the water, pull out the straw and tighten the zip tie. So let's go ahead and give that a try. We've got some birds here.
Birds.
Okay, so you're going to see the cavity of the bird. You're going to put a straw into there, and then you're going to pull the bag tight. Kind of get as much air out as you can. And then you're going to grab a zip tie that the bag came with. And you're going to put the zip tie around the bag. Whoops. Not tight, but about this. And then we're going to put it down into the water. Let's give it a go. Well, that was simple. Now I'm just going to take the straw out like that and pull the zip tie tight. And there we go. That was easy. So I'll just show it here. There's your chicken, shrink wrapped. And then we're gonna weigh them all out and put stickers on them and freeze them. Okay, so now I've got about this many left out of the first 16 that we've done to shrink wrap, but what we've got here is I'm just setting them up here on the counter, and then my husband's just weighing them, and then my son and him are writing on a sticker the weight and the date, and then we're just putting over here the weight and the date on the chickens, and they'll be ready to go into the freezer. Okay, so I just finished doing the first 16 vacuum packed like this. The kids and my husband are getting them weighed up and labeled up, and we're noticing around 4-ish pounds, 3-4 pounds is what they're averaging at 11 weeks today being butchered. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you what they look like, and then these guys are ready to go in the freezer. So there we go. And see, I'll probably cut these little bags off here, like the tails off. There's a 3 pound, 6 ounce, 4 pounds, 4 pounds, 18 ounce, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds. But they're good. That's perfect for a meal for the 4 of us, and then some leftovers. And they look really good, guys. They look like good meat. I'm excited to try them, but this is all we're doing here, is just weighing them up and labeling them, and then they'll be good to go in the freezer. So there we go. That's the full process front to back. I'm not going to film all of the 40 meat birds, but I will give an update once we have them all finished, just to see how all of the birds were, if we cut them open and there's any deformities. But so far, every single bird that we have processed today, which was 16 right here, are just everything we could have prayed for. They just look good. They butchered good. A couple of the feathers were hard to pluck out, but other than that, good. The bagging went good. It's just all went so good. So that is how you process from literally your yard to your freezer for a chicken, and package it for the freezer for your meat. So thank you guys so much for following along. I will give a update when I'm done here and show you the full yield that we got out of the yard. And if you guys have any comments, drop them down below. If you're here and you love our stuff, like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Share us out, click subscribe so you never miss one of our videos, and we'll give you an update when we're all finished. But there we go, guys. That's the process of from the yard to the freezer for your red Rustic Rangers meat birds, and we're super excited. So thank you guys for following along. From the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you. See you next time. Say bye, guys.
Bye.